Hello, hello. Weekly update, June 14th, 2025. Um, Currently in the laundry room in my sister's place because this was the only real place I could find that was a little quiet, a little echoey, but oh well, no biggie. You may also notice that I am not in Vanessa right now. Um, Really unfortunate news, actually, on Vanessa, in regards to just life in general. So on Sunday, I went to an open mic and I didn't have any issues with Vanessa or anything. And so went to the open mic, got done, went to another open mic, got done there. And so I drove from that open mic to my sister's place. And uh, somehow, some way, between the time of me parking at that open mic and then leaving, maybe like an hour later, um, I started hearing something grinding and rattling inside of Vanessa. And so Monday, I didn't do anything. That was my day of rest. That was my Sabbath. And then Tuesday, I took Vanessa into a mechanic shop that my dad knows. And then Wednesday, got the car, got Vanessa back out, as well as an estimate for an engine rebuild, to have Vanessa's engine literally rebuilt because the mechanic said that the grinding sound is coming from inside the engine block. And so he quoted me $9,000 to rebuild the engine, So that's not a little bit amount of money. And it's kind of like, yo, dude, this sucks, Uh, so that's kind of like where my life has been this last week, has been kind of just like, figuring out, do I rebuild Vanessa's engine to like keep Vanessa going and stuff? Um, or do I get another van, right? And it's kind of like that's just kind of where I'm at right now. My sister's husband, my brother-in-law, he told me to give him the information on my van, year, make, and model, and then the specs on the engine, and he'll see who he knows because a lot of his coworkers that he works with, because he works offshore on an oil rig, a lot of his coworkers, they're all diesel guys because Vanessa's a diesel, and he'll see, who do they know or what do they know about, the engine in particular, and maybe they can give me a different quote on getting the engine rebuilt. But even when I told him how much the mechanic was asking to rebuild the engine, he's just like, that's a lot. Like that's a lot, you like to rebuild an engine. Like if he's asking for 9,000, he's talking about changing out everything on the inside, right? New pistons, new rods, new bearings, new everything on the inside. And even then, he still feels like that's a lot. So yeah, he said he's gonna see what he can do, see if he can give me a different quote, if he can ask someone else, see what they tell him on like that particular engine and everything. And then my dad says I should take the van to another mechanic as well, see what they say, what they think the issue is, and see if maybe they give me a better quote as well. Um, so yeah, so in between, you know, all of that with getting Vanessa fixed, there's also the idea of getting another van, right? Getting another van. Um, and I've had dreams about it actually, like literal like being asleep dreams of being in another van, not specifically Vanessa. And I can say that because I've had dreams of being in Vanessa as well. So it's like I won't get into the whole my thought process on dreams. I may have talked about it before, but yeah, it's like I have had the thought of having a newer van, right? Getting another van, more space, taller that I can actually stand up in, high roof. And then with that, you know, Vanessa was good and she still works. I rebuild the engine and everything. Cool. She still goes and she still does what I need her to do, and that's wonderful. That said, if I could do it over, it'd be pretty nice to do things over again, because then it's like, oh, like I'm gonna take all the experience of the first build and then apply that into the second build, right? And the second build's gonna be better than the first, because this just I have more experience. I know what to look out for. I know what I need. I know what I don't need. Um, and yeah, so it's a lot more work, honestly. Like even if I pay, honestly, like even if I pay the 9 grand that it would cost to rebuild the engine for Vanessa, like that would actually still be cheaper, like a lot cheaper than getting a newer van. Not new, but like like a 2020 2019 van Transit, like a Ford Transit. That's what I'm looking at. A 2020 Ford Transit with a high roof, long body, not the extended. The extended is just way too long for me. It's too much. It's too much. If I had like a wife that was sharing the space with me, that would make more sense. But I don't got that. I'm not married. But yeah, it's like uh, if I could get like a Transit, high roof, long body, um, like that'd be so much better. It'd be really nice to be able to actually stand up in my van, it'd be really really nice to be able to stand up in my van. Um and yeah, like I don't know, I lost my train of thought on that a little bit, but point is that oh, that's right, is that if I were to get a newer van, right, like a Ford Transit 2020, and I looked at them online on Craigslist and the like, and they can range anywhere from like 22, 23,000 to like 28,000. Like that's just the van, and then the materials to put into it and everything. You're talking about 35 to 38,000 uh, to build a new van, right? And it's like that's not a little bit of money compared to 9 grand to rebuild an engine, right? Even if that's an overestimate too, it's still way cheaper than getting another van. But getting another van means I have a nicer van, like, and that's nice. The idea of that is really nice as well. Because I would do it a little differently. Like I'd probably stain all the wood instead of painting it. I like the paint, but with a newer van, I would want to stain it. I would want to stain all the wood instead of painting it. Um, so that's one big thing, and then just having more space, having ceiling compartments, having ceiling cabinets to store stuff in. I really like the idea of having some recessed lighting in there too. I think that would look really nice. I think it looks really nice in general. I'd have to figure out how I would do it, but I mean, I know I could figure it out. And then the podcast, right? Like having enough space for my guests to stand up in as well. Um, and it just everything that I was gonna do in Vanessa, I would do in this van, but I'd have more space and it'd be newer, so there'd be fewer mechanical problems. So all I would really have to keep up with would be like the tires and the oil and filters. Unlike with Vanessa, where it's like, oh, rear differential got to get replaced, or new alternator, or new AC setup, rebuilt engine. The transmission's going to have to get rebuilt too. I know that's something that's going to come up eventually as well. Um, so, like this issue right now with Vanessa. So it's like, it's cheaper to keep repairing Vanessa, honestly, in the long run. It's way cheaper. But in terms of quality of life, it's like there would be a much better quality of life in a newer van. So it's like, you know, what do I want to do? Right. So that's kind of where my head has been with things this week. I haven't done any mics because, Vanessa, she runs, I can drive her. But like, you know, there's a very clear grinding sound on the inside of her engine that, like, I don't want to destroy anything, right? Like I'm rolling the dice when I'm driving her. So like I have her. She runs. She works, but I don't want to drive her. So I haven't gone to any mics this week. Um, my parents have been taking me to work, which is nice. So I need to I need to make a decision on this relatively soon, probably within the next week, honestly. Like, I don't want it to keep dragging out. Like, if I get a new van, then it's like, all right, cool. I may not build it out very quickly, um, but I at least will have a vehicle to get around. So there's that. But yeah, it's a little lame. It's a little lame, but then it's also bittersweet too, because yeah, it's like all the time, all the energy into Vanessa, only for this to now happen. And it's like, all right, save money by rebuilding Vanessa's engine, right? And then run into whatever mechanical problem I'm gonna run into later after that, which I'm sure is gonna happen. I mean, the transmission, that's one thing I know that's gonna happen. That's always been on my mind. Um, but then better quality of life as well. I don't know. I don't know. It's a little weird because I mean it is what it is, right? So I need to sit down and do some real math on the numbers of everything and figure that out, and then make a decision within the next week, and then go from there. So that's the update, honestly, right now. In regards to everything else, work is work. Comedy, haven't really done any comedy this week. Like I said, did mics on Sunday, but that was it. So that's it. Here at my sister's, thankful for that. I got a place to stay, so it's not terrible. Like, I'm not homeless, but still, this is definitely a roadblock for sure because I'm not doing mics. I gotta get another van or whatever I gotta do with the van issue. I gotta figure that out. The podcast gets pushed back, right? I bought the AC. I still have the AC. It's still all boxed up. Thankfully, I didn't install the AC, right? Thankfully, this happened before I installed the AC, right? So that's a blessing right there. Because if I get a new van, well, crap, like, it's a good thing because then I'll just install the AC in that van instead. So it, it's lame, but then it's a blessing, but then it's also lame, but then there's also potential good that can come out of it. So, you know, I'm praying a lot right now, to God, obviously, about, like, what do I do? Where do I go? Rebuild Vanessa, new van, Vanessa, new van. I don't know. I had a dream last night, like I mentioned earlier on that, and I don't want to say what I think it is that God's telling me to do. I have an idea, but I want to keep praying and keep thinking about it and keep looking at the various options out there and see what I can do. So yeah, but that's basically it. Tomorrow's Father's Day. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day at work. Like, I've already heard we're basically packed for brunch service tomorrow, and then I imagine we'll probably be pretty busy for dinner service too. And I'm working all day, so tomorrow's a double. So gonna make a lot of money. That's gonna be good, but also gonna work a lot. Gonna work a lot, make a lot. And I mean, I guess I got a car bill coming up anyways, whether it's rebuilding Vanessa or getting another van. So more blessings right there. But all right, that's it for me. I can keep talking about all this, but I'm gonna leave it at that. So, um, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. Um, and God bless.